first. They should be joining me in a few minutes. I think we already got one in here. Let me add her. Hey, Marsha, you can go.
Hey,
And then we got one more coming in as well. So just waiting on her. Okay. Alrighty. So I got both of them in. Hey, Natalie. Alrighty. So today's topic is going to be about mental health issues. Um, just speaking on mental health and what all comes with that. So um, I got Marshalline Robinson. She's on here. Sterling. She's on here and actually works with like mental health.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me out there? Can you hear me now?
It's real low.
Let me see. Is that better?
Better.
Okay. Alrighty. So we just on here. She's been in the mental health field for a while. So I'm gonna let her do a little bit of talking just to talk about it. To give like a brief description of it, mental health and everything that goes along with it, and the different signs and like even help that you could get with mental health. And I got Natalie on here too. She's going to give a little bit of feedback as well. So, Marsha, if you'd like to go and get started.
Can you turn it up a little bit more?
Yeah, I can hear you good. You hear me now?
It's still real faint.
I had to turn up my bad.
Can you hear me, Natalie? Is it heard? Natalie?
It's real low.
I can go for you well on mine, but I had to increase my value on my speaker. No, I don't need
Is that a little bit better?
it. I can hear you.
Marsha can't hear me.
No. If I do like that, say something.
Miss Marsha, can you
Okay. Can you hear me now?
No.
Wow. You're coming from too clear over here.
Let me see. Let me turn this off. See if that helps. Okay. Is that better?
No. I can't hear. Want me to log off and come back on?
Yeah, you can. See if
Let
that
me log off and come back. Okay.
And yours is okay? Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you quite well. Yes.
Okay. All righty. Is that your TV in the background?
Yeah. Let me turn it down just a little bit.
Okay.
Can you turn it down just a little bit? I'm on her podcast. Okay. How many people on there they can see me? Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. Right. Don't let me try that. All right. Is that better? Is that
Yeah,
better?
that's better.
Thank you. I'm trying to see. Can I know I uh, change it. It's my background, but I'm sorry. I don't know how to enhance that. Is that a little bit better, huh?
I'm trying to see if she gonna get back in. Okay. So how your day been today?
Oh, it's great. Awesome. I can't complain.
That's great. That's great.
Yourself?
You had a busy day?
I did have to run some errands, and it was a bit hot today already, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a nice day. I went for a walk after work, so
Oh, wow. You
mm,
sure called me. I might have maybe you to do the same, but maybe.
yeah. Hmm, let me see. Sure.
No, that's good. Mm,
Yep. I'm not sure if it's not letting her log back in or what.
I know, right?
Let me try to invite it again. Okay. Okay. So I just sent it to her again. Hopefully. Oh, okay. She's coming. Let me see. Marsha. It says she on here, but I don't see no picture.
I know
You got to show your video. Okay, there she go. All right, can you hear us now? Turn your volume up. Turn your volume up. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
All righty. Do we sound okay?
Yeah, you sound much better. It
Okay.
didn't work off my phone.
Oh yeah, sometimes you got to get on the computer to do it. It works a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
better. All righty. So Marsha has joined us back again, everyone. So Marsha, can you basically tell us what you do a little bit?
I am addiction counselor. Have my master's. Waiting on my license. I work with clients who have addiction problems, and along with their mental health. Work with adults from 18 and over. I work for New Vista in Greenwood. I've been doing this for 4 years now. I'm in the process now of opening up my own company called Machumani. We're going to be Machumani Behavioral Health Services. We're going to be over at the Bradley Center at the First Baptist Church on Udale here in Indianapolis.
Okay, that's good. And so, is it just for substance abuse, or just is it like all kind of mental abuse as well, or?
Right now, it's just where I work at now. I just do mainly substance abuse, opioids and heroin and
Okay,
things like that.
okay, okay. And how long have you been doing this?
4 years.
Okay. And then just to, I know someone asked me to do a topic on this, just suffering through silence when it comes to mental health and the different types of emotional, psychological, and social disorders that people go through. And just to talk about the illness, and I guess people don't really realize the signs of it when it comes to either being drugs or alcohol or just mental, physically, you know. So, Natalie, you got something to add in here talking about mental health issues?
Yeah. Over 30-something years worked with people with a combination of mental illness and addiction as well. I'm no expert, but what I've encountered and seen and learned in dealing with um, people with these issues a lot of times is after if you're around them for any length of time, sometimes you can pick up and realize what are triggers. Um, we do need to understand that a lot of times if you're going through a crisis, the best thing to do is to hoop and holler and escalate the situation, is to maybe talk with a more calm and calm voice. And it's okay to give the person their space to really. Um, that a lot of times that it turns out a lot better. Um, but I think our society always, even ambulance services, people in general, just we have to be more aware that there are people, and not all people that have issues, quote unquote, look like they have issues. They're you, me, and anybody else. Stress, and just in the day-to-day life, that anything can bring on um, an episode. So we probably have to just like if you can try being more compassionate and a lot of times a more calm approach is a lot better than going toe for toe with the escalating the issue.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree with that. Have you ever worked with mental health people, Natalie?
Yes, actually I was the property manager for the Penn Place Apartments, which is Indianapolis' first permanent supportive housing program. Which is in partnership with the owners of BWI Property Management, the city of Indianapolis Housing Agency, and Midtown. We provided housing, we provided wraparound services, and I was working with a lot of some other organizations that would come in and provide food for some of the residents that didn't cook or didn't have um, income, because sometimes that was the case. But then we had 8 hour total shift of somebody there, doing normal business hours, um, for other wraparound services,
Mhm.
medical, mental, um, just whatever needed.
Okay. Okay. And so let me see. Can y'all give like some examples of early warning signs of a person that is suffering through mental health?
Um, yes. I see early signs of mental health when I kind of think it starts in your childhood. Um, Back in the day, a lot of homes did not acknowledge ADHD, schizophrenic, um, and that runs in my family.
Mm-hmm.
So they named them as bad kids, or they'll put them away instead of getting them help. So a lot of times, as they get older and not getting no help, and the parents are in denial, it tears up their adulthood. What I tell my clients is when I the first thing we ask when I'm doing an intake is who raised you? How did
Mm-hmm.
you have your sister and your brothers? Who are you closest to? Do you want your family involved? A lot of times I tell my clients a lot of their drug use starts with the triggers from being raped, molestation. A lot of ladies say they been molested when they was 7, 8 year old by their uncles, cousins, and um their mother and fathers, their parents, and family members were drug users. So a lot of times the drug users start their addiction starts with mental health, the
Mm-hmm.
way they was raised, like I said, trauma, um, getting passed around, getting adopted out, moved around in the system. Nobody cared about them. So a lot of times when they go to school, they didn't have clothes. They didn't look like the other kids.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times they're damaged before they even get to know themselves. So they carry a lot of that with them, and no one's getting them help. So yeah, I think it starts in their childhood. Well, I know it starts in their childhood.
Yeah, most definitely. I can agree with that, with a lot of them anyway. Um, I've also known that some of them, I'm not sure if it's actually true or not, but a lot of people that also like develop mental health issues is people that who maybe had their drink drugged or
Hmm.
like the date drug or something like that.
Yes.
It causes like a lot of mental health issues as well.
Yeah, and that's what we have too. We have a lot of patients don't know that a lot of drugs or MDMA is put in there. That's ecstasy. And it's put in your marijuana, your meth, your amphetamines. And I have seen people who have had been drugged with that when I first started going out, my mom used to say all the time, don't leave your drink. If you
Yeah.
drink something, don't leave your drink.
Mhm.
When I was in college at Martin University, there was a girl in my class. She was gone. I mean, beautiful lady. And I seen her somewhere, and I asked somebody, she's in my class, but she's not real right. She said because somebody put something in her drink years ago and she never came back out of it.
Mhm.
So a lot of times that's where the date rapes come in. A lot of my clients, some of my young girls, when they used to be in prostituting for drugs, they would go places where they getting gang raped, um, because they've been given that drug. And when they came about, they feel that even though they were addict and they was turning tricks to get drugs, they didn't have to be treated like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that MDMA, which is ecstasy, is bad.
Okay. Okay. And I know when we were coming up, we were always taught that too. Don't leave your drink if you go to the dance floor. Try to drink it or leave it and get
Mhm.
another drink or something like that. When it came to that, because a lot of people really don't realize how serious that is.
Mhm.
And I've seen in the club where people just leave their drink and you just like, what are y'all doing? You
Yeah.
know, and they didn't care, and anybody could slip them anything. Because I know even off of using other drugs, people like lose their mind as well. So,
I have a client, her husband's niece just recently, last year, was
Mhm.
downtown. It was at Tinky Bob. Is that what it's called?
Tiki Bob, yeah.
Yeah, Tiki Bob.
And I guess the security guards had been known to give those young girls drugs, and they were drugged up. And when they got there, they seen he had took them to his house, and he said he was trying to help them, but the way it went, they didn't charge the security guards, but it's been known for them to drug the girls. She died.
Oh wow,
Yeah, she died, and no one got in trouble for it.
wow.
So yeah, so I tell you, as ladies, you really have to be careful, because a lot of times, especially when you put in that position, you out, you looking nice, and can you get that? That's your tone. And that's what people do. That's what men look for. That's where they end up in a bad situation.
Okay, yeah. Um, yeah, that's really serious, and a lot of people need to take heed to that, especially the younger ones that are coming up now and that are getting out here and trying to do their thing. So everybody needs to like try to take heed of the issues that it causes and different mental illnesses that come about with that. I know someone asked me, let me see. Now, someone wanted to know, is there medication that causes mental illness? Or is there
Mm,
some that help improve it?
That probably depend on the diagnosis. It is medication, and you have to do your due diligence. When you prescribe medication, you have to almost make sure that you speak up for yourself or for your loved ones that you're taking to the doctors, because and read the side effects. Because if you could be prescribed something for
Mhm.
say a stomach problem, and it will tell you um and the side effects that it could cause suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
It could cause this, that, and other. We have to really be due diligent in knowing what the side effects are for. So when if something come about, we know that might be where it's coming from. Maybe you ought to not take that. Keep notes so that you can tell the provider. And sometimes with a lot of the medications, the provider of the medical industry knows that it's a possibility that, hey, maybe 6 people out of 100 will experience this or in their trials, this is what's come about. It is also, nowadays, everybody almost have access to the technology, and we can go in and look up and see mixing this with that. Do one counteract the other? Do it enhance what it does? Do it not? Do it do the opposite? So that we'll know. No, it was years back to the kids, a lot of the younger kids was playing the game with getting all the medicines out of their parents' medicine cabinets or whatever and taking them, where a relative had to actually be it took for them to be able to get him back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not, they did not know so many different things that he had ingested and is running back and forth, that the medical providers really did not know where to start. So the best thing was, his parents was advised to allow them to put him into a coma. Luckily for him, it helped, but there's so many that aren't as lucky.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure that we have to, and if you don't ask, you won't know. So shame should not be a hindrance. We need
Mm-hmm.
to find out and be aware of there's programs out here, numerous programs out here to help. And we have to spread the news. We have to seek information ourselves. There's housing programs. There's just outreach programs on every level.
You said outreach programs.
Yes.
Check your volume a little bit because you like kind of echoey and they can't really hear you.
Oh, okay. How about that? Is that something better?
A little bit. You sound like you in a distance, like a little bit far away.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. This is another. Hold on. Is that better? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. It's not echoing no more.
But it's low.
Yeah, but it's kind of low.
Let's try this again. Can you hear me?
You still seem like you far distance.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Are
we
you? It's still real like in and out.
Oh, okay. I am so sorry. Let me.
Is your volume up on your computer? You on mute now.
I'm playing around with it.
Okay.
Uh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear better.
It's better.
Mhm.
Let's let's try this.
Check it out and see. It should be.
I hopefully this will do it. Is that a lot better? Lakita, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Martha, you can hear me? Is it better?
It's still in and out, but
I changed the settings, but I am sorry. Uh,
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just in and out. We hear like background noise too.
mhm.
okay, I'm so sorry. Let me. How about now? Can you?
Say something so we can hear you.
What is it improved? You can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Are you still getting the echo?
Are
Just
you around a TV or a radio?
No, actually, I'm in the kitchen on the counter. The TV is in
Oh,
the other room.
I know. Back to the question about the medication for mental when people are having like anxiety, depression. Um, I don't really. I tell clients, a lot of my clients, they like a lot of clients, they like those benzos. those Xanaxes. They're
Mhm.
not good. And it's good if you take the medicine, but if you're not doing anything to learn coping skills to get off of that medicine, wean yourself off of it, it's just like being a diabetic and you taking your insulin, this, that, and all the other, but then you go drink
Mhm.
something with a lot of sugar.
Mhm.
You're not doing what the pill, you're not helping the medicine. You're fighting against the medicine. So
Right.
I recommend a lot of people, even though you are taking medicine for your mental health, you also got to start learning processes. You got to learn how to deal with your depression, your anxiety, your ADHD. That's if you want to live a normal life. But a lot of people don't. They don't understand that. They think the medicine is can just help them. They don't learn coping skills.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I know a lot of them use that medicine, they drink with it or smoke
Oh
everything
yeah,
else with it too. So that most definitely don't help what they
yeah.
supposed to actually use it for. So I do see that a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I did do like a little bit of research on it, where they were talking about it's a lot of over the counter medications that can add on to mental health issues. I would just say everyone talk to your doctor, ask them about the side effects, like Natalie said, to make sure, because any kind of medicine that they'll try to put you on, I always ask about the side effects so you know if you
Mm-hmm.
really want to take that or not. Some of it will harm you to the best. Let me see. I have another question. Um, let me see. And then what resources are there for people to turn to when it comes to mental health? Like what resources can people go to?
There's a lot of places. I know I worked in Midtown. That's a good resource. There's a lot of resources out here.
Hmm.
And insurance pays for it. Even if you don't have transportation, you can use your Medicaid to get to your appointments.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, they're all over the place. I can't name all of them. It's just so
Right.
many.
It's a lot of
And um a lot of people don't understand or don't want the help. They don't want the help. A lot of people just want to just do how they do. That's how come a lot of the police brutality, because a
them.
lot of times I have a nephew, for instance, that is schizophrenic, but his mother says not schizophrenic, it's something else. I forgot what it's called, and they in denial of getting him help.
Hmm.
Now he's 20 something. He's in his 20s, so it's up to him if he want to get the help.
Hmm.
So I recommend to anybody, if your child is under 18 and you see some behaviors that are not right,
Yeah.
that's female or male, get them help, because the older they get, it's going to get out of your hand. You cannot tell them to stay in the hospital. You can't make them take the medication. I know when my brother was going through his schizophrenic, he used to do a lot. I was the baby, and I used to see a lot of odd things that I said that's not normal for a person to act, especially my oldest brother. He just did a lot of weird things. Then when he went to the army, he came right back home. And that's when I guess, he said going through the gas chamber, the way the sergeants and everybody talked to him, it was a big trigger for his behavior, in which it was finally diagnosed as schizophrenic.
Hmm.
And that's why I was saying back in the day, they did not diagnose those people.
Right.
Um, so as time went on, I he did things that wasn't right. And so he got to an altercation one time where he went to jail. And then from jail they took him to Central State. And from Central State he came back home, still acting a little crazy. And then finally he had to go to court. And the judge told him different things. And then finally he start getting a shot. he was getting the shots from Midtown. I worked in Midtown at that time, and I knew if you ever have a problem with mental health, you ought to call us. And when you call the police, you ask for a SIDS police because they're trained to come out and now they got where therapists or counselors come out in the police cars with the police. So
Okay.
it's good for them to say SIDS police. So anyway, my brother had went, and by me working at Midtown, I was kind of like watching. One day I looked into his case. Every note had the same note. It had the same note, and that never improved. So I watched my brother, and I knew he was on that shot. But I started watching his behavior. He started walking, he started talking, he's just talking, rambling. And when they get to talking about they gonna sue the city, sue the police and all that, and then I noticed, I said, okay, he's getting sick. But how is he getting sick and he's on that shot? He was on a commitment. But once they told him that the nurse told him he no longer was on the commitment, he wasn't taking the shot. He wasn't taking the shot nor his medicine. So there I go, have to go and do emergency detention. It's called emergency detention. You go fill out the form, take it down. A doctor have to sign off. You take it downtown. This is how it was then. You take it downtown. The judge will look at it, and then whatever district you in, the police will come pick you up and bring you back to Midtown. I think that's an excellent thing because that's getting your loved one off the street. So because people don't realize that they sick and they'll kill them. So I didn't want my brother hurt, and I didn't want him to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
So I will always have him picked up. And I worked in Midtown, and he would just tell the nurses all kind of crazy stuff. We'll laugh about it and whatever. I finally went to court with him, and he was acting crazy in there. The judge asked me, what do? I think at that time they had him on 32nd and Meridian, going to the drug place, where that was a drug that was like for marijuana and stuff like that. I said no, he needs to come back down on 17th in Illinois where he can get that shot.
Right.
Because he is mental. He smoked marijuana. That's all, but he needs that shot. So that's what they recommended. Once he got out and they had that shot, he was back to my brother.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize getting them help is getting them help. It's so serious. It's my one girlfriend, I had told her son was acting up. I had told her what she needed to do. She got very offended. She said, I would never tell the police, tell the doctors that my son is this. They'll kill him. I said, no, they won't. You have to find a way to get him to the hospital, or he is going to get hurt. But she finally did. She finally got him some help. But a lot of times, family is the barrier, especially mothers.
Yeah.
Fathers are not as soft as the mother. Mothers are one. My son, my daughter. So parents are really the barriers of people getting that help they need. They in denial.
Yes. And I can see that a whole lot. Just people, you out there, when it comes to this and you see the signs of your family members, don't ignore it. Get them the help that they need. I know it's a lot of cases, and then they could end up killing somebody, and then you sit back looking like, oh, I didn't think they were going to do that. Yeah, you kind of did because you've seen the signs. So get them the help that they need. Quit being a crutch. Let them get that help they need. It's not about them trying to get killed. They need this help. Quit brushing it off. Like a lot of families did back in the day, especially with Black people. They feel like, oh, we ain't got no issue. It ain't no issue with nobody. Yeah, it is. It's some signs out there. Pay attention to them. So I understand. You got something to add, Natalie?
Yeah, there is, and there's more than they have been in the past 10 years. Agencies working with people,
Hey, reality checks. No, go ahead. I was just speaking.
okay, partners in housing, they do a whole lot with, working with people, that has a combination of challenges, be it addiction or mental health, and sometimes it's just mental health. They have a lot of the partners in housing. I first came across this when I first started working with them.
Okay, they can't really hear you,
Because
Auntie.
and they're still doing a lot for people in need right now. I'll put them up. The COC, especially if it's housing that you need. And a lot of them have other resources, Horizon House,
Mhm.
the Salvation Army. Once you start looking, even if you don't find what you need right then and there, don't stop. Continue, and a lot of these places will direct you into where you may need to go. Um, stay active being a part of that person's journey as much as you can.
Mhm.
I know sometimes it is hard. I mean, from my standpoint, trying to make sure somebody's house, we house, anyways, a lot of our residents were people who had given tent city. A lot of them didn't give up their spot at tent city because they just, it's a process.
Okay.
It's a process.
They saying it's hard to hear you. They can't really hear what you're saying.
Oh, geez, this thing here. Oh, maybe if I get closer, let me know if this is there. Because I'm getting closer to the.
Are you
Yeah.
using her phone? Is she using her phone?
I thought she was,
I'm actually on the computer.
is it speakers attached to that or?
It is a speaker attached. I didn't want to take it off, but yeah, let me take it off. I have it up a little bit past halfway. Is that better?
I can hear you. Can y'all hear her out there?
Say something.
Okay. Partners in housing is a good place to start. For help with housing.
Your
And,
voice is something still wrong. Are you hooked up to some speakers?
no.
What?
No. No, actually, it's everything is on this one, on this unit. I don't know why. Hold on, let me check one second. Boy, let's see here. Uh, not right now. Yeah, I know. Right now. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
You still seem far away.
Jeez, I'm worried about on this thing. I'm sorry. I will be glad to come back and discuss some of these
You sound like you muffled.
outlets. Yeah, I'm right here on it too. I'm listening. That sounds really well. I'm gonna talk loud. No, I don't.
Or maybe like turn it down a little bit and see if it's a little bit better.
Okay, let me try that. Hi here. Okay, is that better?
Say
Can
something.
you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you still seem like a little muffled. I can hear you, but when you get to
Yeah,
talking, you sound like
I changed the settings. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
yeah.
You can hear me?
Can you hear her, Marsha?
Yeah.
Okay, that setting I put it on. I couldn't hear.
Okay, they can't hear you out there though.
Uh, echo. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me
Now you really faded away now. Yeah, we can't hear you now at all.
now? Okay. You can hear me now.
Whatever you did, take that off because we can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I'll go back to audio. Can you hear me now?
You sound very low. Try to turn it back up.
Okay. How about now? Is that higher?
Mm-mm. Turn it up some.
Okay. How about now?
No.
Okay. There we go. Now
Nope.
I'm about to switch something. Hold on. Okay. How about now?
No, you still low.
Is that better now?
No,
Nope.
Excuse me?
Nope.
Shoot. Hold on. Hey, this is not better. No?
what button are you using?
You're loud to me. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but it's low.
Did you
Nope. Did you change something on there?
No.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in to Reality Checks. No, you cannot. No, ma'am. And you didn't do nothing different? A
Mm-mm.
little bit. You still seem far away.
Busy, go to your settings. Do you see where it says echo cancellation?
Yes. I just hit echo cancellation. Is
No, like you need to turn it up some. Now I'm echoing.
Yeah.
Let me go back.
Hold on. You echo. I mean, no.
You really echoing.
Okay, let me try everything that I need to see in there. How about now? Is that better?
Just a little bit. Not you still seem kind of low.
Okay, what about now?
That sound better. You're louder.
Okay. Tell me, is that what we should try for now?
That
Yeah.
sound better.
Okay, I got that up there. Okay, how about now?
Okay. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear a little bit better?
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I'm not the IT person.
Whatever.
Okay. So
Okay,
you could finish.
okay. Partners in House is a great place to start if you're trying to find housing for someone that has these issues, that has, because of the issues, has been evicted. That's a great place to start. Partners in Housing. I would also reach out to the CLC program and Midtown.
Okay. Okay. So them are like other resource. Okay. So they really can't hear you that good still. We can hear you, but they
Okay,
can't.
relay what I said to you, please.
Yeah. They just can't really hear you out there. So and yeah, reality checks. I'm still my condolences to you and your family for the loss of your child. So she's going to try to pick back up on it again, to try to listen to it, since we had a lot of, and sorry everybody for the technical difficulties that we've been having today. I'm gonna just give some examples of, well, signs that y'all could like look for in your loved ones, just to pay attention to when it comes down to this, because it is serious, and we all suffer through all kind of emotions and deal with different kind of things. So just be on a lookout for if they're antisocial personality disorders, anxiety, which includes generalized anxiety, panic disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders, which is OCD, phobias, and social anxiety, ADHD, bipolar disorders, depression, eating disorders. So you have a bunch, PTSD, schizophrenia, um, what is this? Seasonal
Oh,
affective
yeah.
disorder. And that's normally when people go through seasons, and you could tell every season that they moved and changed or something like that. So that's also a disorder. Self-harm and suicide. So just different things to look out for. Early warning signs is eating, overeating, or sleeping, or eating too little, or sleeping too little, pulling away from people, low energy or no energy, feeling numb or feeling like nothing matters, using drugs. I think I got it down somewhere else. Yelling or fighting with family or friends, severe mood swings, persistent thoughts and memories, hearing voices, thinking of harming yourself or others, and can't complete daily tasks. So these are signs that people want to look for in their family members or their friends or someone, their loved ones, period, when it comes to this. So just pay attention to those signs. Reach out. I put some numbers in the chat that you could call for help, or like she said, call 911. She said it's called. You said it's called SIDS.
Yeah, SIDS police.
SIDS.
SIDS officer.
Okay, so reach out to them. Never ignore the signs at all.
Mhm.
Try to get help as from somebody. And if you can't get away from somebody that's actually trying to harm you when it comes to abuse, just leave and go somewhere else where you know you'll be safe. Try to find a safe haven place. Also, somebody asked about Central State. They closed back in 1994. It was a lawsuit, a civil and criminal lawsuit against them, against the facility, because they were saying it attracted negative attention. Governor Evan Bayh closed it. He felt like he was saving millions of dollars to the state by closing this facility. I'm not sure if it's a good thing, if it's a bad thing. I was young when it was open. I never really went over that way until after they closed it down. But that's something else somebody asked about. So just a little information on that. I got one more topic I want to talk about real quick before I let everybody go. And it's only about officers killed in the line of duty. And this story is about Breanne Lee, who got killed back in 2020. And actually the man that actually killed her, he has mental health issues. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I feel like the parents knew and they should have reached out to get him help as well. Because you going around just, and I know he didn't intentionally know, but you just don't shoot through doors. I'm just sorry. You just start shooting at anybody. Somebody knock on the door, they say it's police. You don't shoot at anybody. She had a family as well. She had a little boy. Now he has to grow up without his mom. And he really don't understand, because he was younger at the time, why his mother's not here. And that could be another mental health issue that falls back on him because he don't have his mom in his life. But I want to say about this, because for shooting her, they only gave him 2 years for manslaughter. And I just feel like when it comes to women being killed, they really don't give the person a lot of time, versus if it was a man, and especially by her being a police officer, I felt like she should have got more time, because if it was a man officer, they would have got more time for actually shooting her. Do y'all want to add something to this?
I think I watched it on the news, and I feel for him as well. I really feel for Brianna and her son. But a lot of times people don't know that if you get a good lawyer, they're gonna tell you what to say and how to play it. Yeah, he probably had some mental issues, and like you say, they should have got him help. But once, like I was saying, once he crossed the line of 18, it was over.
Yeah.
Far as the girlfriend that was in the domestic abuse with him, he probably did this before. But this time it got out of hand, and she kept going back, because that love word, when it's in a domestic, I know I'm going off the subject, but that's where it started at.
Yeah.
You got to get out of there, because instead of her, the police officer, it could have been her.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we got to know when to choose and when to get out of there. Love, if he's hitting you, if he calling you a bitch, get out. Get out. Get help. Listen to somebody. Don't keep your kids. Don't keep yourself in that position.
Yeah.
But I think too, he should have got more time. And I didn't know it was just 2 years. But
For her.
I think what they should do, with him. I think because I worked at the prison and they got stuff for mental health. I think he should have went, stayed a little longer than 2 years, got help there because 2 years he can come out here and be even worse.
Yeah.
And then while he's in jail, he can be at that position where he's going to be violated because he killed a police officer.
Mhm.
So he's still not safe. He's still not safe.
Yeah.
So that's my thought on it. I think he should have stayed longer
Yeah.
and got the help he needed.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to give it to him. And I know when I worked at the prison, a lot of the prisoners didn't get the help they needed
Mm-hmm.
because they was criminals.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah. So it's not it's not going to be no better for him.
Okay. You got some add that?
Yeah, can you translate one? If you can still hear me. We cannot, of course, anyone over 18 get the help they need. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
So, can you translate one?
You got to tell us what she's saying because I can't hear her.
Oh, we have to start early. We have to be that, and we have to start early.
Yeah.
Because once they cross 18, it is low to nothing that we can do for them. We have to. That is something I can't get that out here enough. And these are the same people. We have to deal with them. Our society, we have to deal with them. It's not about color. It's not about financial where you are because it all affects all of us.
Mm-hmm.
It affects all of us. And if you're trying to get help and they're turning you away, get out. Go further. That's where you reach out and take your story to the news. You have the right to be heard. You have the right to stand up for your child or your loved one to get the help that they need. And stop being so easily just, oh, no, there's nothing to do. No, there is something that can be done.
That's true. There is something that could be done. Okay, so I want to thank both of you ladies for coming on the show tonight, to help open up, just enlighten people about mental health issues and just the signs and the help that's out there for them, the different resources that they have out there. So thank you all for coming in. I appreciate y'all. I got to have y'all back on the show again, so don't go too far. I'm gonna bring y'all back. And we're
All
gonna
right.
make sure Natalie's speakers working good so we can hear her well. So thanks everyone out there for just coming in, participating in the live, just watching it. Like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel. If you have any topics that you want to talk about, let me know. You can leave me a message. Let me know different topics that we could just address on. So thank you all. Have a good night. See you ladies. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye bye. Oh, yeah.